Why do they always drop all of this big news all at once? I'm talking about so much news that no one person could go through it all. I always question, what don't they want you to see? Why not drip it to the people little by little so that the people can comprehend what's going on? What you're probably saying, well, Mick, what's making you say that? You mean to tell me when they start talking about how XRP Ledger can empower institutions, that's not something people would want to read about? Wait a minute. What about, if XRP captures 15% of the global financial market, why all of this good news about XRP all of a sudden? Then on top of that, before that, for weeks, we started to see Bitcoin maxis and people that are not the normal XRP supporter come out talking about how they're bullish about XRP. We had a lot of that happen at the beginning of the year also, keep that in mind. Then things like this. Remember at the beginning of the year, don't forget, well, towards the end of last year and the beginning of this year, and I think during a few articles came out during the middle of during the summer this year, the beginning of the summer, Ripple was talking about going after the small and medium sized businesses. You had different representatives say things at different times. But over the last year and a half, they made it very clear that once there's clarity in the US, which, by the way, we have clarity now, they're almost to the point where they're ready to unleash. But anyway, they said they wanted to go after the small and medium sized businesses. It wasn't too long after that when they were talking about going after the smaller banks, smaller sized banks as well. That came out after that, if you remember that whole series of events, right? But wait a minute. Did you see this article here on payments.com? Because I didn't see this one. And I usually see a lot of things on payments.com. It said this, 22% of small, pay attention to this. This is major, folks. This is major. If you read this article, please do. It gets deep. It's getting serious, folks. 22% of U.S. small businesses struggle to pay bills. What? I told people there was a problem, but people went against me. They said, oh, no, Mick, there's no problem. I'm telling you there's a problem. I'm dealing with a lot of business people out there, and I see the struggles. And I read the honest articles where it showed that a lot of these businesses, these new businesses don't make it. But see, knowing that, I also know they need a solution. And I know why they haven't adopted other so-called solutions that are not beneficial to them. They're being promoted as solutions, but they're not beneficial. And I know what is beneficial. The new financial system. This is one of the reasons why Ripple and a lot of other Bitcoin companies, but they're keeping quiet on it. See, here's the thing. A lot of those other companies, they move in silence. Ripple is going to let you know out front, hey, we're going after them. 22% of U.S. small businesses struggle to pay bills due to cash flow. You tell me, can DLT help with cash flow? You think it can help with cash flow? I think it can. We'll go over that in a minute. But let's read this. I want you to see how serious it gets. They told you what's coming. Now you have a reputable institution, this is just one article of many, letting you know these small to medium-sized businesses, SMBs, are struggling. They desire and need a solution. This is what it says. Small to medium-sized businesses often find themselves in a constant struggle to manage cash flow, focusing more on survival than growth. Many SMBs use outdated cash management practices, which leads to mounting pressures from delayed payments. If you people don't see that, we have the solutions. Something big is coming. They're setting it all up. Even Christopher Waller told you, hey, listen, people don't want to use Fed now. They're not going to want to use Swift either. That's why Swift is, trying to do this switcheroo where they're trying to become a new financial system actor, like a new, they're trying to become a blockchain, pretty much a DLT system, relying and clinging to the ankles of Chainlink, which, by the way, I think I have a Chainlink article here. They're doing something major also. Chainlink remains bullish. But wait a minute. It continues on here. Many SMBs, okay, we read that part. The Payments Intelligence Report, quote, from cash flow pain to working capital gain, automated AR/AP solutions for SMBs, unquote, found that the rise of digital automation offers a path to stability and expansion. Boom, boom, boom. Whenever they decide to unleash, this will be easy. At least that's my humble opinion, not financial advice. This will be easy. Everyone dislikes the legacy system right now. By everyone, I mean a lot of people. You know how I speak. A lot of people dislike the legacy system right now. They want nothing to do with it. They feel kneecapped by it. They're looking for something new. They're waiting on the new financial system. They know it. They're ready to move that money like it's water. They're ready to make money like it's water. No delays, no crazy fees. complete control of whatever organization deploys. You can have customized systems. They want all of that. So now you're talking about possibly taking the SMBs, small, medium-sized businesses, rescuing them. They will be grateful. Oh, they will be very grateful. Taking the small banks, commercial banks across the board. You're talking about central banks being on board. You're talking about real world asset tokenization. Give me a hell yeah. Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Give me a hell yeah. We're taking pieces of trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. You add that up, that's a lot of value. And let me tell you something. RWA is definitely something you want to keep an eye on. 100%. We're talking about more value that can be tapped into and extracted and moved than ever before. Then look at the first of the topics that they cover here. The burden of delayed payments. Folks, we hold a piece of the solution. It says delayed payments exacerbate the financial strain on small businesses, disrupting cash flow and increasing anxiety about their continued viability. In the United Kingdom, as an example, small businesses are burdened with £7.4 billion, about $9.7 billion in overdue invoices, which cost them an estimated £1.6 billion, about $2.1 billion annually. Delayed payments. Let me ask you a question. Do we have the solution for delayed payments? I think we do. They're drooling at the opportunity. But you see, for a long time, there was that regulatory hurdle. It has been removed. It's continuously being removed more and more each day. Even the SEC is stepping on their own toes, talking about, oh, we apologize for confusion. Yeah, you were very confusing. But why are you apologizing now? Why is everything starting to work out now? Who pulled you back? Who's pulling at the dog leash of the SEC? See, the powers, they want this to happen now. The big businesses are almost in position, folks. And this is why you have so many reputable individuals coming out now talking about how this next bull run could be the biggest bull run of all time. That's not a joke. Do your research. Anybody can do research, folks. Anybody can do it. And you look into it and you say to yourself, wait a minute, there's a lot of bullish things going on here, right? All these businesses involved, governments involved, big money people involved. You still got a lot of crypto whales here. They're looking for something as well. And the retail will come back en masse. They will flood in. Wait a minute. What's this next thing here? Manual processes versus automation. That's their next problem. This is the next problem they go over here. This is from payments.com. It says outdated manual processes for managing accounts payable and accounts receivable are a source of cash flow issues for SMBs, with 37% of chief financial officers and half of senior finance leaders viewing the financial data as unreliable due to these inefficiencies. Despite concerns and costs about complexity, automating AP and AR offers benefits. Automating? Like, you mean like smart contracts where it carries out everything on its own? You mean like that? We literally have all the solutions. All there needs to be is the flip of the switch. Deploy. That's what they should say one year. That should be all of these Bankcoin companies' catchphrases. Deploy. Because everything should be streamlined in about a year and a half's time. Everything should be streamlined, and there should be very little code that's involved with it. And these companies should be able to customize things with the press of a few buttons. And then deploy, and that value will flow. I'm so hungry for this. I can taste it. I see what's going on. It says to turn cash flow challenges into opportunities, SMBs should consider adopting digital solutions. Well, I want to say this one more time. This is coming from payments.com. This is a respected source, and they're telling them. So what does that mean for us? What are they saying to us? It's those of us who are in the know, the new 1%. And not just that because of what we hold, but because of our knowledge. We're the ones reading this. A lot of other people will never hear this. They're literally telling them to do this, which means that there's money there. That bank money will flow. I'm not even worried about that. This is just sprinkles on top. Yeah. Think about that for a minute. Read this. Wait a minute. Wait. Did I discuss all the other news that came out all at the same time? Well, this came out on the 10th. But all this other news came out at the same time. If you can't beat them, join the moment is coming for XRP. This is coming from some so-called business leader. Now, I've never heard of this person. Do your own research, but this is what they're calling them. They're calling them a business leader. This person, it says here, Jake Claver, a business leader and financial strategist, recently made a bold prediction about the future of XRP in the broader crypto market. You've had a lot of people saying things like this. I don't think there's well, let me read a little bit further. Let me see if this is similar to what I've been saying. It says, he asserted that the moment for embracing the prevailing trends in cryptocurrency, especially with XRP, is approaching rapidly. According to Claver, a significant turning point where the phrase, quote, if you can't beat them, join them, unquote, becomes a reality is imminent in the cryptocurrency space, especially for XRP. Is this individual like a XRP supporter? Are they just coming out now? Is this new? I've never heard of this person before. My apologies. I can't know everybody. And I'm not heavy on social media at all. It says, while Claver did not provide specific details, his statement, wait, what? Now that's interesting in itself because of certain things that I know. He's hearing things from people. Wait, let's keep going. While Claver did not provide specific details, probably because he can't. A lot of us, we hear things behind the scenes. People come to us all the time. I'm not the only one. I'm pretty sure anybody with a channel out there's people reaching out to you all the time through every possible way. They hunt you down and people are telling him things. They're like, hey, I'm a part of this and that, and I'm working on this and that. And they want you to know, but you can't say anything. You don't know if it's true. You don't know if it's true, or sometimes you know the people and you know it's true, but you can't say anything. NDAs involved, there's legal, you don't want to do something wrong, right? You don't want a problem. I think that may be what's going on here. This is not the first person we've seen come out and say stuff like this as well. And yeah, sure, you could go the opposite way and say, well, maybe the person is making things up. You could think that they're making things up. Maybe they could. Maybe they do. But I'll tell you what, with as many people that come out trying to say things and whistleblow behind the scenes, I don't know about that. I'm just going by my personal experience. I don't know about that. It says here, his statement suggests a major shift in how traditional financial institutions adopt cryptocurrencies rather than compete with them. I've been saying that for the longest time. Yes. DLT will be the dominant force, in my humble opinion, not financial advice, just my humble opinion. It will be the dominant force. You see it happening already. You see it. Everything that's major has DLT involved. So what does that mean for the value of the top cryptos? The top cryptos across the board: Bitcoin, Solana, XRP. XLM will go up when XRP goes up. XRP will go up significantly when Bitcoin goes up or when it's unleashed. Quant, Flare is in there. Did I say Solana already? XDC is a sleeper. I've never seen a sleeper like XDC, but that's my humble opinion. XDC is in there. I mean, for a long term in the future, holy smokes. Hedera, don't you forget HBAR. Don't you dare forget HBAR. They're in the game. Big time. Ready? They're just waiting to put on those Jordan shoes. Right. Wait a minute. You thought that was it? No. They just, in that one day I took off, I mean, they start dropping all this stuff here all at once, right? Wait a minute. What's this? What is this article here? It says this: experts explain how Ripple's XRP ledger can empower institutions for RWA tokenization. We went over the numbers. How is that much value not significant? It's highly significant. When you can tokenize anything and you're at the forefront of it, and you're possibly bringing in a piece of trillions, if not over the long term, you're bringing in trillions at some point. And that's in addition to interbank payments. That's in addition to B2B cross-border payments. That's in addition to payroll moving at some point in the future. Add all of that up. Where does the price go from there? Is that not muy linda moment? Is it not? I believe it is. Ripple is actively promoting the XRP ledger as the ideal blockchain for tokenizing real world assets on an institutional scale. I've been talking about this all year. There's going to be a lot of people that don't understand RWA, why it's major and why it's going to mean a constant flow. But I'm telling you, BlackRock understands. Wisdom Tree understands. The Bank for International Settlements understand when the big money is going there. Let me tell you something. They don't waste time. They don't waste energy. If they're going heavy, it's because there's a lot of value to be made. There's a lot of capital to be made. There's going to be a lot of riches heaped up, just popping out of people's pockets. but they don't want the regular people to know about that. It's always that way. Then they let the regular people get in later when there's just crumbs on the table. Not this time. Not this time. This time we had our eye way before BlackRock got involved. We knew. Then they got involved. We knew before Wisdom Tree. We knew before the BIS. You got to look at everything in its totality, 360 degrees of mind, add it all up together, not one piece. Don't look at one piece of the pie. Don't just see the tree, see the forest. Don't look at the one slice of the pie, look at the entire pie. And I'm telling you right now, it's significant. That's why they're there. But wait a minute. Wait. One more. Do we have time for one more? I think we have time for one more. Then you have articles like this. I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but it gets deep. Why is all this coming out now? Here's XRP's price. If XRP captures 15% of the global financial market, listen, there's a lot of times where the news for XRP is very dry, right? We're discovering things because we're looking for them as researchers, but the mainstream websites typically don't have a whole lot about XRP. Why are they trying to educate people on XRP now? Who gave the okay and said, hey, look, XRP is bullish now. Start writing positive about XRP. All of this happening all at once. Who told them, the Bitcoin maxis and all the other people that don't love XRP, to come out now and say, oh, we love XRP. We're going to get some XRP. I don't have any XRP anymore. And I'm a non-believer now. But XRP is bullish. What? Listen, folks, I'm paraphrasing, but that is literally like an article that we covered recently. Let me say this, right? Because we're gonna get into this Bitcoin news now, because I see what's happening. Some people, it seems to me, some entities want to keep Bitcoin's price down, but they can't. They can't deny how bullish Bitcoin is. It's gone too far. They can't stop it. It's bubbling. Everyone sees it. More and more institutions getting into place. Those old tricks, the old tricks don't work anymore. Because the people say, wait a minute, BlackRock's bullish on Bitcoin, Grayscale's bullish on Bitcoin, Wisdom Tree's bullish on Bitcoin. You still have a lot of regular people that love Bitcoin as well. So those little tricks, putting out news that's negative about Bitcoin, doesn't work anymore. And Bitcoin's only going to become more bullish as you have things like the FBTC, when that comes out with the F assets for Bitcoin and smart contract capabilities for Bitcoin. I'm talking about ones that where there's not a lot of madness attached to it, like certain recent offerings. Check those out. There's some crazy stuff about those things there. But the future of Bitcoin is super bullish. Look at this article right here, right? There's always going to be truth tellers. It says here, Bitcoin price forecasted to reach $112,000. That's very reasonable in my humble opinion. My price is from 100,000 to 150. That's my high range right there. The low, 80,000. That's the low right there. But I believe it looks more likely to be between that 100,000, 150,000 range, in my humble opinion. And around that time, it reaches that, I'll probably be tapping out for a little bit when it comes to Bitcoin. It says, despite seeing multiple crashes over the last few months, the expectations for Bitcoin price remain incredibly high. Of course, because none of those crashes take away from its future bullishness. It just doesn't. Bitcoin ETF's positive inflow trigger Bitcoin price surge. All right. That what they were talking about here. US Bitcoin ETF saw positive inflows. But this is information they're talking about when it happened on the 12th. Now, earlier today, I believe I saw Bitcoin was down today. I think it was yesterday or one of these past days? My apologies, folks. I took a day off and I'm a little bit thrown off. But I could have sworn one of these previous 3 days, I saw Bitcoin up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now, this is coming from Mickey Bull. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I never know how to pronounce it. Is it Mikey Bull or Mickey Bull? But this individual has some good stuff to say a lot of the time. Now, check this out. This person is saying something similar to what I've been saying. Mickey Bull, for example, has raised his Bitcoin price target to $112,000. Well, welcome to the club. Look, great minds think alike. That's what I'm saying. Great minds think alike. Why do you think that Mickey Bull raised that price to $112,000? I've been saying 100,000 to 150,000. It's so reasonable. It's right there. I'm telling you, the bullishness. It's hard to say. I know I'm not being so eloquent and elaborate. Like the bullishness, Mick. What do you mean? What more? I don't know what more to say. It's being pushed right now. Let me say that. The other day I saw something. I'm starting to see that positive news about Bitcoin being pushed everywhere. Not like this. I'm talking about mainstream websites. And I looked at that. I said, well, okay, let me watch this for a while. I'm still going to continue to watch. Because just because it happened maybe 1 or 2 days in a row doesn't mean that it's the beginning of that major push from the mainstream. It doesn't mean that, right? I keep that in mind. But I'm watching because I'm like, wait a minute. I haven't seen this in a long time. Now, if I see a trend over the next 3 weeks of increased mainstream positive coverage of Bitcoin, I may start to take that. I'll bring it to you first. I'll ask you your opinion first before I really make a final decision. But I'll start to think maybe someone at the top has finally said, unleash the Bitcoin. If it gets a mainstream push in addition to everything else, and notice how they've been comparing it to gold a lot in recent months, a lot, especially in the last like 3 weeks. Oh, Bitcoin and gold, knowing that they're very, very different. Bitcoin and moneymaker, 100%, in my humble opinion. Gold is a true store of value, although we made a lot of capital off of gold as well. But it's a store of value, 100% tried and true and trusted. But that is also a push. They're trying to bring, the gold people over. I don't know. I think a lot of us in gold are already into Bitcoin, but who knows? People at the top are disconnected from reality. They don't know. But all of that, yeah. $112,000 is very reasonable. Very reasonable. It could go higher. I'm just, that's how I feel. So now you have that with Bitcoin. Then let's go here. What is this here? Look at this. This says Bitcoin set for 3-month historic rally as analysts eye $92,000 Bitcoin. Look how everybody's getting close to our numbers, folks. They're all getting close to 100,000. And then you saw some people with those high numbers, 500,000, 300,000. They've come down closer to that $100,000, $150,000 range. I saw somebody come down to 225,000. Remember we covered that article maybe about a week ago or so ago? 225,000. They brought their price down. They're getting closer. I'm telling you, I'm using what I remember from the 2021 explosion in Bitcoin. I'm remembering the news. I mean, I was doing heavy research at the time, and I'm remembering the push and how the markets reacted to the media pushing. And I'm saying to myself, I think that $100,000 to $150,000 range, I think is reasonable. I know you said reasonable a lot of times, Mick, but it's to convey a point. You understand? $92,000 Bitcoin, possibly, not a guarantee. Nothing is a guarantee. According to market analysts, this could be the last dip buying opportunity for Bitcoin before the next leg up. Well, they always say that, right? But it's up to people what they want to do. After several months of downward movement, Bitcoin may be poised for a 3-month rally, with some analysts predicting a breakout above $92,000. It says here, quote, in previous cycles, when the price retested the 50-week simple moving average, it bounced at least 40%. On average, the bounce was 71%. If hashtag Bitcoin rally 71% from here, it could reach $92,000. There's more I want to discuss. We just don't have time. Like the fact that I'm seeing articles now where they're talking about regular people don't care about a recession because they're still spending money. What? That's credit that they're going to owe. Most people living off of a lot of these individuals, according to the data, are living off of credit right now. But that's what they're saying. That's the narrative that they're pushing. But we'll talk more about the whole credit situation and them. It's the same way they manipulated the numbers when it came to the jobs data. Like they're taking the verbiage and twisting it to mean what they want it to mean, instead of giving the people the truth and letting the people make up their own mind and make their own decisions. But we'll get to that. We'll talk more about that another time. I want to squeeze in these last 2 articles here. Because Chainlink is on fire. And this article is titled Chainlink CCIP now live on ZK Sync, boosting cross-chain interoperability. People, it's amazing to me. Look, people did become more bullish on Solana. And I always speak about Solana and Chainlink together because I got in heavy with both of them at the same time. They both looked bullish to me a long time ago at the same time. And it's just amazing to me that people have become more bullish on Solana, but haven't become more bullish on Chainlink. How? Something is wrong with that picture. I don't know. Chainlink is super bullish, and it continues to grow even more by the day. Chainlink CCIP goes live. All right. Empowers developers to create cross-chain dApps. The more dApps you have, the more value flow you have, the more utility. I mean, that's a great thing. It says, and fosters greater interoperability. Of course, they're one of the big dogs They're right there. Quant is right there. And I believe Flare is going to be there as well. They're doing some great things. And I'm hoping to hear something from Flare very soon. They should have an announcement or something coming. They've been testing for a long time. Now it's time to get out that cost on testing network, get into a live environment like Songbird. And once Songbird, everything hits Songbird, which I'm bullish on Songbird as well. But once everything hits Songbird, then you know it's not long before it hits Flare itself. How bullish is that? They're bringing Bitcoin to Flare. They're bringing XRP to Flare. Did they get the Dogecoin thing going yet? They got Dogecoin. And there was I believe I read an article that said they were going to bring XLM to Flare. I mean, they're doing everything. So I'm watching with a close eye, and I think that they're going to be a major player as well. But Chainlink is definitely one of the big dogs right there with Quant, in my humble opinion. So now, it says developer implications. Through the new CCIP integration, developers can utilize programmable token transfers to send tokens cross-chain while embedding instructions for smart contracts on receiving chains. That is good. And then we're going to end off right here today, folks. A little bit of Hedera. Right? I like to always, they're one of our original bank coins, right? So now it says this: Hedera contributes entire code base to Linux Foundation. Hedera shifts toward open source decentralization, transferring its code base to Linux Foundation's decentralized trust for global collaboration. What do you think that's for? Global collaboration. Oh man, Hedera is always doing something major, but they'll make it, when the article writers write about it, they make it seem like it's not major at all. It's very small. Hedera Decentralized Public Network announced that it has become a founding premier member of Linux Foundation's newly launched Decentralized Trust Initiative. The decentralized network contributed its entire source code, including its hash graph consensus algorithm and all core services, tools, and libraries to the Linux Foundation. Hedera's contribution, which forms the new project Hyro, quote unquote Hyro, aims to allow developers to collaborate on decentralized trust technologies globally under an open source and inclusive network. And of course, to me, inclusive always means they want to include themselves into that money, into that value. Make no mistake about it. These companies want value. They want money. They want power. And that's what it's all about. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.